All right. Welcome, everybody. We're 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, working our way through the Dark Tower, the original Adventures Reincarnated release that is upcoming from Goodman Games. The party has been doing some interesting things, and they have accomplished quite a bit. In the last session, they managed to rout out rats and cultists, acolytes and were-rats and giant rats and diseased giant rats, and a lot of ratty kind of things. But they were unable to discover the two were-rats, Avala and Sinistar, who eluded their escape, staying a little bit ahead of them. But after some moonbeaming, some fireballing, some thunderfooting, some running around, sword swinging, etc. They have effectively cleared out the rat tunnels on the first level of this dungeon. They then made their way back to kind of the secure area where Holomir Goldheart, Old Cornelius, Sheila, Vishala, Verdonti, Moomin, Halishtar, Morim, and Murky the puppy wait for them. That is where we're gonna kind of pick up. Now, you might notice we are a player short at the moment. So, Tann, our adventurous magical undead centaur with too many magical items, seems to have had a good idea and was about to espouse that good idea as they were like stretching out their hammies, getting ready for another sprint, leaning up against that invisible door where Holomir is, and apparently just invisible fields and Tann don't get along, and whoop whoop whoop, Tann faded out and is now trapped between planes for a little bit. Holomir sort of like looked over at what was happening. I haven't seen that happen before. I was actually just about to say that should you need it, I'd welcome you into the tower, but only in times of great need. You've earned my trust and my respect, admiration, proven yourselves worthy to carry the shield. Oh, just come on over. And he gives you a bit of a hug there. But, only if there's the direst need would I open these doors. And I think you can see why, as your friend has gone a little vague. Now, for the rest, Moomin's sort of recovered, is available to talk to you. Cornelius is a little bit out of it at the moment, but holding it together. Morim, the fellow who's a little bit offended to the point of murder, should lies be told in his area, has acquired some wrappings. He kind of makes himself earmuffs with, and Halishtar and Vertanidi sort of let you know, that's kind of his way of dealing with if conversation needs to be happen where fibs are likely. Not that we're disparaging you, but, it cuts down on problems. If you need his attention, just let him know. Though, do remember, no lies, no lying. And that's kind of where we'll pick back up. So, party, Andry, Blitz, Dahrian, Tahir. You have a mountain of treasure. You've cleared out most of the town above. I think we just have the innkeeper left standing at this point. Most of the first floor here has been cleared. There's a bit off to the east and south that you haven't dealt with yet. What's the plan?
One thing I want to ask Holomir is, it seems we've gotten information that I believe it was called the Eye of Mitra had been found or stolen by the daughter of Arcus.
That is terrible news. The relics of Mitra, holy symbols and items of great power to the faith. The eye is an amulet. The more of them that are combined, the more powers they unlock, but by the same token, the more righteous you must be to use them. I know that the relics of Mitra are keys to the tower. They may allow a way in and a way out. It would be wonderful if it could be recovered. But I do take some solace in that someone of her ilk could not possibly use such a relic.
So what exactly does it even, do?
Well, I've heard many stories, but I do not know. They've been lost and fought over for some time. In all my years, I don't believe I've seen them brought together, except by Mitra himself. I've heard stories, of course. They offer great protection, the ability to smite down evil, to defy magical influence, but I have no hard facts to it.
Well, speaking of hard facts of things, once again, thank you for Lawgiver. It has proved very useful in our fight against the forces of evil.
They were trying to steal it.
Yes, that was very true.
Well,
apparently they're not big fans of us having it.
I can see why, if you've managed to dispatch so many of them, and it does my old heart good. My gold heart good, to see it used in such a way. I only wish I could take the fight to them myself, but my place is here. I think more so now than ever. It's...
In that case, and I'll pull out the Kopesh. Well, it's no Lawgiver, but you might have more of a use for this than any of us would.
Oh, an impressive weapon, and he sort of picks it up and swings it around. He seems to have the knack for it. Yes, thank you. This is quite useful. I appreciate you thinking of me. I knew, you guys. Alright.
Well, you are protecting our friends, so...
Everything I can do.
Oh, good.
How many other relics are there? I believe this ring is one.
Oh, there's a dozen at least, though the accoutrements that Mitra wore throughout his mortal years, the stories of them, I think, may have grown beyond the reality. It is said that there is a mace of Mitra, a sword of Mitra, a shield of Mitra, his belt, his necklace, his rings, his armor, his helmet, his mask. But it gets a bit extreme when you think that Mitra only had 2 arms. So perhaps not all of them were truly wielded by Mitra, or at least not all at the same time.
With regard to his belt, we met a statue named Sam who may be seeking it on behalf of Set.
I would suggest you do everything possible to deny him that. Handing over a relic of Mitra to Set, that would not be a wise thing at all. Especially if we are to contest against him, while Set's minions might not be able to use it. If Set's minions have it, we cannot either.
I guess it leads us to our next question of, what are we going to do next?
Well, not to throw shade on what you've done here, but I do not require much in the way of food, but I'm not entirely certain your companions can all last much longer down here without some form of sustenance. Securing that would certainly be a reasonable task. Beyond that, I am not sure what you wish to do. Anything that can be done to take the battle against Set and rout out his evil forces, of course.
Would you like to order something from the tavern?
I'd love a tavern burger.
The man with stone teeth will not poison you. He understands what will happen if he does.
Ah, that's good. I don't know if poison actually has much of an effect on me these days, but I'd prefer not to have that spicing my meal. And the others sort of say, yeah, food would be great. Like, we understand that stuff's going down, but sometime in the next day or so, we're going to kind of need a food and water break.
All right. Should we go up to the inn to see if we can procure some food and maybe ale?
Sure. I mean, if we want to just have a couple of were-rats wander this place with no one to care of where they're going. I mean, are y'all really that hungry?
It's a big place to hear.
Oh, I know, but think of how much food could be down here. I mean, they gotta be keeping these guys fed somehow.
And they're like, you guys shared some, Halistars, you did share some rations with us, so we're okay for a little while, but what Halamir said is correct. It's, 10 of us plus the young griffin and the horse, so, a week's worth of rations split between the 10 of us is only really a day.
Well, we know the source of water. There just happens to be a water weird in it, so there's that as an option if need be.
I suppose. That doesn't sound like the most ideal source of water, but in a pinch,
It's there.
it's
We'll figure something out.
okay. We can hunker down here for a little bit longer. I know Morim is eager to see if any of his goods can be recovered. He took on quite a commitment to get those goods safely to their destination. But
Well,
I understand, and he will be accepting of his limitations, but he gave his word and he takes it quite seriously. It does help that those who perpetrated the offense are all, well, I can see bits of them here and there.
it's a work in progress.
Over in the corner.
That stuff was in the warehouse, right?
Yes. So it was in the building to the south of the tavern.
And we haven't found a way up there yet?
Not specifically to that building, but you know where the path is to the tavern, and then a bit south would be that storage building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking if we can get everybody up to the tavern, assuming that Stone Teeth doesn't want to die, basically, that we could house the people up there, get the griffin and the horse up there, and basically have that be a base camp for everybody, considering that we've cleared most of the surface, other than, I guess, those maybe a dozen yahoos southeast of town or something like that. We could eliminate that threat.
There are a couple that were scattered here and there, but your reconnaissance up top showed they mostly scampered. So some have already told you that they are cursed not to leave the area, so there's a limit on how far they can go, but you would know off in the hills down in the cavern, crags and such, there's enough hidey holes that if they wanted to hide, they could hide for a few days at least. So
that would be an option.
So Alistar and and he says, I see no reason to stay here if we can make our way to this tavern, rearm ourselves, equip ourselves, defend it. I don't know if I really want to stay here, so if there are horses and a way to transport our goods, is there any reason you wouldn't leave with us? Say again?
We could go have a look at the warehouse and see if your stuff is still there.
Sure. Yes, let's, by all means. And they sort of signal over to Morum and give a couple of hand gestures. Time to go. Kind of gets up. Murky the puppy, you just, load back into the backpack. Little Griffin, no problem. Horse. I don't remember how we got the horse down the hole, or if we really did get the horse down the hole. But, what are we doing with that horse there?
Mount up, Dahrian, it's your steed.
Yeah, I mean, I could possibly ride it. I mean, it's pretty flat at this point. I'm not necessarily certain we'd have been able to get it down the hole in the church.
Does the belt of density changing, is that attune? Or I should know that already. It's on. But if it doesn't attune, maybe we could use it to lighten the horse.
I believe that isn't.
I mean,
I believe
if
that is.
you're really worried, I could just teleport it.
Yeah, and we'll say that you came up with one of those solutions to get the horse down here, and now it'll just be maybe a couple of squeezing passages to get out. That leaves me with one other topic that I just wanted to check what the situation was. Those kobolds which you impressed with your massive pile of jade and such things. They were very eager to follow you wherever you led. Did you lead them here, or did you leave them back a ways? What was the thing that happened with those kobolds?
You wouldn't want to show them this place, I'm sure.
Probably not.
Flashback. Guys, I got a plan with these kobolds. I think Tann had the same idea, but he went boof. So here's what I'm thinking. What if we hire them as underground scouts? They said they're willing to work. They have no love for the were-rats. We could have them, scout out a little more down, see if they can find where they're hiding at. And it'd be really unfortunate if, they got crushed, killed, maimed, blown up, or disintegrated. But anyways, that would be the hazard pay we could give them. Of course, I confront the costs to do such an endeavor.
You don't have to do that. I think I could do that.
Well, if honestly anyone here can do that, because money here is worthless.
Yeah, we have a lot of money. That's a great idea, though.
It is.
Because if they could find the were-rats, then we could just go and kill them. Then we could go home.
Absolutely. We could just be like, hey, where's the were-rats? And they're like, oh, they're there. And then like, we can teleport there, and like, wah, and we found you, and then blah, and then there. Like that.
Sounds like a plan.
So are you going to bring up this plan to them?
Oh, sure. I'm all
right.
for it. Can you speak Draconic?
I know.
Oh, you should. It's a really fun language. It's a lot of noises.
I speak giant.
So what does that sound like?
Yeah, it's a lot of growling.
What? Yeah?
I don't know what you said.
I said you have wonderful hair.
Oh, thanks. I work on it every day.
How do you say I'm worthy of being a specimen?
I don't think I am worthy of being a specimen.
No, that's not the. No, I mean, how do you say it?
In giant?
Sure.
I think you just smash them over the head and take them.
That's a good one. I gotta take that one.
Yeah. Because giants, they just gotta take whatever they want.
And talk with their hands.
That too, yeah.
So as that's going along, Tux, good news for you out there in the chat. Yes, the Eye of Mitra is the name for the necklace. The Hand of Mitra, I don't know if they've discovered yet, so who knows? Perhaps Mitra is indeed just Vecna in disguise, but not revealed yet. So could I have a quick persuasion roll to kick off the dice and see how we're doing? There's an extra PC reroll that's not supposed to be there. Get out of there, PC reroll. They haven't earned you yet.
Who wants to lead this? Because I'm okay.
That's what I was asking. Is that you're the one talking to us,
On a
right?
scale of 1 to 30, I'm like a 1.
Yeah, well, I don't think any of us are really good talkers. She's like phasing in and out over there, or he is.
Yeah, man.
I think speaking their language, you would be best suited.
And they already like you because you gave them a bunch of gold.
And yeah, that's right. Hello, buddies. How's it going?
Buddy?
Have I a proposition for you? So listen.
Deep pockets.
You sure do, little guy. You sure do. How do you feel about traveling through this entire infrastructure, trying to find a couple were-rats for us? It'd be great, right? You don't have to find them or anything. You just gotta tell us where they're at. You know, maybe like not be found. I mean, there's good hazard pay in this because we all know this place is not great. But we took care of the rat problem primarily. There's just like 2 of them. Stay away from that water pool. That will like suck you in and then constrain you and kill you. That's really bad. Don't go into water. Just don't go near any water. That's fine. But hey, if you can find them for us, make it worth your while.
So with a 14 and a little bit of persuasion, I think what you can convince them to do is to patrol what was rat warrens. And should the were-rats come back or the rats start to regather in mass, they will alert you. Now, they would like to be paid for this effort. And, of course, all funds will go to the glorious Leather Belt Egg Dragon Nesting Fund. How much are you offering them for their services?
And then I turn through the group just like,
I have a crystal cat.
You have a what?
A crystal cat.
What does that mean?
It's worth 1,600 gold.
What?
It's not like I can spend it.
Where did you get that?
That is the
gave
most
it to
valuable
me.
crystal cat I've ever heard of.
I did?
You did.
What was this?
When we first came down here, long time ago. Well, that was like, what, 3 days ago?
Holy shit, there it is. It was, I think the date was December 8th. There was a 2-foot-tall cat statue with a flask in it of some really good giant wine with 1,600 gold pieces.
So your plan is to give the kobolds giant grade hooch in a crystal cat.
Hey, what could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing, they assure you, as they haul over their shoulder, like 4 of them in a row, this bottle of liquor, like doo-doo-doo-doo. We got it! Sold! So there's a little crystal cat shrine set up that occasionally gets tipped forward, refills the things. They're all completely sloshed, and some of them look like they may be suffering from alcohol poisoning, but I'm sure they'll be okay. They're small dragons. They can handle their hooch. Alright, so I know what's going on up there, which then brings us back to which way up is the party planning on using? Places that you could head west to come up through the manor house, kind of south middle, which would come up through the tavern, or southeast, which would come up through the constabulary.
I think the manor house would be great because then they could all just stay there. there's dogs patrolling outside, so they'll be protected. Nobody's living there anymore. The Sheila, is that what her name was? Sheila? She knows the lay of she's been there before.
Yeah,
That's
she
where
was
we
in
found
that.
her, right?
Yeah, she sort of looks over like, yeah, I guess I kind of do. Yeah, yeah.
They probably got food there?
Yeah, we'll just have to, watch over everything. And Vishala's like, after a little more rest, I can handle making sure it's not poisoned. And Cornelius is like, oh, I know how to do that too, I think. Yeah, all right.
Oh, ask them. I mean, would they prefer to just stay in the tavern?
It's not very secure.
Yeah, so as you're kind of laying that one out, Halishtar and Verdonti says the manor house does sound more defensible. It's got a wall. The dogs, either will go wild or, unfortunately, we may have to deal with them. But
I'm sure you guys are great at handling animals. Just make friends with them.
Well, as needs, depends on how they're trained. But that seems like a reasonable thing to do. So off to the west you go. To get there, you do have to dip south a little bit, then come back up again, or dip north through the rat tunnels. Either way, just to get around those bars that block the hallway. You go past the big pentagram with the brazier in the center that nobody wants to cross the boundary of. Up the stairs, past the bear-trapped size mouse traps with their coins inside that had been brushed aside in the past. You open up to the manor house, make your way out, and find that it is indeed empty. You can hear the dogs barking outside, but otherwise you have the run of the place. They scout out the area, turn out some weaponry, find some cutlery to arm themselves with temporarily, then start kind of raiding in earnest, finding food and such things. So they've kind of settled in up there. This whole thing's taken, maybe an hour or two to arrange and make your way carefully through, not setting off any additional traps, that sort of stuff. From there, then, party, what are we doing?
Well, they're all set up, so is it warehouse raiding time? Is it going to the inn? Is it going back downstairs to see where that secret room leads? How about the pentagram? Pentagram seems pretty cool.
I don't know about that. That seems dangerous.
Well, just let me know when you're all set. In the meantime, I'm gonna cast detect magic, which I should have been doing this entire time we've been downstairs. But what do I know? I'm just a wizard, right?
Pew, pew, pew. Tech magic goes off. You got it? We'll move us over to the kind of little cubby over here. Halomir, of course, stays back on defense where he is. Bowser's a little squishy at the moment. Andre's over there. We'll move you all over down here. The detect magic. Let me ask, are you carting all of your treasure along with you, or did you leave the treasure back with Halomir? What are we detecting magic on?
No, I'm just gonna have it like when I'm ready to leave again.
Okay.
It'll be going, so I don't have to do it in the middle of a dungeon.
Sounds good.
I believe Galaxian bought us a reroll.
Oh, Galaxian, thank you very much.
Very nice, thank you.
Get a reroll in the pot here. And as all this is taking place, I do get to ask the party for one of those fateful D6s.
I mean, if we want something interesting to happen, we know who we have to call to get that to happen.
I mean, one is interesting.
Do I?
Oh, damn.
Andry sneaks in there with the 3.
Nice.
We have to save it for later.
The caravan successfully deposits, and you return back downstairs without any noticeable trouble. Now, as you make your way back down that stairway and sort of glance over towards the pentagram, oh yeah, lit up like a Christmas tree. That is definitely magical over there. The boundary of the circle and the whole sort of area around it is glowing. You would say a conjuration summoning effect.
So if you want to, I don't know if it bamfs you somewhere or it brings something here or turns. No, that's right. Or just, it brings something here or takes something there. It's one of those things. I don't know for sure unless I, go in and figure that out.
Okay. Are you coming with?
Huh?
You don't want to go in it?
Not yet. I mean, unless you really want me to. This is the time to figure out our loose ends up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Like that secret door that's over in the corner right there, just right there in the middle of that wall right there where it has the S. It's right there.
There's no traps in this place though, right? Have we run into a lot of traps here?
Oh, I don't know.
I think the pentagram is a trap of sorts. If we don't know what we're doing with it.
Yeah, and as a reminder, because it's been a few weeks, the expansive room you're in is finished with a flagstone floor. There are fine curtains in good condition lining the northeast-south walls. The room is softly illuminated by 5 battered bronze braziers, each located at a point in a pentagram engraved in the floor. In the center of the pentagram is a golden bowl. You've been through here a couple of times. You haven't seen anyone restock the oil or coals in those braziers, yet they continue to burn.
And Tahir says that they're magical.
And Tahir did say they were magical.
Listen, if no one in the hundreds of years they've been here has taken that damn bowl for a good reason, then why should we?
Maybe it's keeping them alive.
You don't think so, do you?
I try not to think.
The key to all... You just know?
It hurts my head.
What do you think, Blitz? Blitz?
Perhaps we could summon an ally.
Possibly.
There are 5 braziers and 5 of us. What do we do, Tahir? How do we teleport help?
I'm not... I mean, I tell myself this is the greatest teleporter to ever exist. Give me at least, a little more time to figure that part out. Maybe say, I don't know, a week, and I can figure something out. But, it's a little difficult to put everyone everywhere all at once. So,
Let's start to get comfortable. He sits down against the wall.
I mean, sometimes I don't know. Like maybe I could. Sometimes this is like a circle to teleport people into, but there's a bowl in the middle of it. But it's not really what it's meant there for. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the secret door now.
You head down to the door. You kind of move the curtains out of the way. Check out the spot where Beldar had marked out the maps set. I will need a quick thieves' tools dexterity check, something along those lines, to open it up without damaging it, or a strength athletics / Hulk smash if that's the style we're going for.
I got tools of the thieves variety.
Is that something that can be helped?
Sure, absolutely. With advantage then.
Hey.
So this plus 6. So 24.
That's pretty good. 24, a little clickety, and it opens up, and you push back. Now this door is curiously, or perhaps not so curiously because it was hidden, not cave beavered. So all the way down to the floor, it seems solid. You check out the front, the back. This isn't the kind of shoddy construction of the secret doors you saw up above. This is a more well-developed, well-manufactured secretive door. The air beyond is a little more musty, a little more stale. You can feel the dampness moving past you. So the air ahead is older, drier. The dust is fine and kind of floating in the air as compared to the kind of dank behind.
Well, it seems like people haven't been in here through a while.
I would seem.
Want me to go first?
If you want to, I mean, I can go as well.
After you.
All right.
Sure. And as you're heading into the hallway, are there any skills you would like to let me know you're deploying?
Looking out for those traps by investigating the floors.
Sure, a little
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
investigating.
I don't like that.
That's
I like that.
pretty good. You are fairly certain that there are no traps on the floors, on the walls, or anywhere around at the moment. I'll let you know if that changes as you move forward.
Would it be extremely awkward to ride Bowser through that narrow hallway?
I mean,
Or
he'd be
shrink him
squeezing,
down, or-
so he'd like be all like in on himself. You'd kind of be like sucking your knees up and kneeling on his back, but you could get through there.
Could you just take his collar off for like a minute?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
you could just
yeah.
bump him down in size. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. And as you make your way around to here, you kind of round the corner. You can peek up to the north there. You can see where the bars are going across the passageway up there. You can see the dusty kind of dampness coming in here. The air seems a little still, but you can see where, a little bit of a cross breeze just through those bars up ahead.
You okay, Tahir?
Oh, just making notes in my journal. Nothing's
Sure.
bad's gonna happen.
Kinda
Everything is
coming-
fine.
Coming forward, you still get that like fine dust in the air. There's that smell, and you glance over kind of around the corner. You can see that little cornerstone that you're like, man, I wish that was a table, but you know a sarcophagus when you see one.
Who's dead?
Well, a lot of people.
Along the south wall, an unassuming stone sarcophagus with its lid in place. The west end of the room, open to corridors leading north and south. In the northeast corner is a niche containing a pile of discarded bones.
Any magic radiating in the room?
Any magic radiating in the room? No.
Well, nothing's immediately magical. Dahrian, Blitz, you seem to be more knowledgeable on the proper rites for the deceased and all.
Is there any way to tell what is, like, who or what this area is maybe consecrated to? Is this
Sure,
by
I would
chance-
say a religion, a history, or like a medicine check if you're studying the bones.
Oh, is it open?
The sarcophagus is currently closed.
I could open it.
I will do religion to get a general sense of.
Sure, go ahead and give me a religion check. 20 is a solid number. So looking around and kind of checking things out carefully, this was a crypt dedicated to Mitra, and you would believe this to be a high-ranking member of Mitra's clergy, though maybe a local high-ranking official.
I let everybody know. I say this area was dedicated to Mitra.
I wonder if this may be Cornelius's predecessor.
It's possible.
I believe Sir Goldheart mentioned someone who had passed away. Didn't he? I don't know. I personally don't remember. I think Blitz might, but didn't he say something about like the... Oh man, I can't remember.
So based on the construction style here, this is a little bit of a more stable room, a little bit better set up. And the age of the bones in the pile, you would say maybe not his direct predecessor, but certainly someone in the line of those who cared for or constructed the shrine.
So I see a rat hole coming to the gate.
Whoop, check your mic. Say it again.
I see a rat hole coming to the gate. Has there been traffic through here?
Sure. So give me a quick survival check. So it looks as though there is a rat hole that came up and sort of bridged and broke between that area, but you don't see any signs that the rats have been in here. No disturbances on the dust, no footprints, no trails, no droppings. This place seems intact.
Just thought maybe that's where she got the amulet from, this guy.
Possibly. I would like to investigate the sarcophagus before anyone opens it, just to make sure there's not like any hidden warrants, explosives,
Sure.
sticky points, things that could hurt somebody.
You got it. Give me a perception on this one. Don't see anything that worries you?
Alright, if you're gonna open it, let me know. I'll be right there.
You're hiding. Okay.
Well, remember the last time we tried opening a trap, we all got zapped, so it's best that we don't all be in the room at once.
Should we let the robot boy do it?
Is he next on the list?
Just thinking that, like, if there's poison and stuff, he doesn't have to breathe it in.
Ah, this is wise. Also, I may be able to open it without marring the surface.
You can?
Oh, interesting.
Hopefully. What would I use? Stonemason's tools to open it?
Yeah, I think that would seem appropriate.
I don't know if you want to stand in there, Dahrian, but maybe back out of the room. No sense everybody dying.
True that.
Sorry,
I'll-
Blitz.
I'll get behind Andry,
Okay. Blitz, go
and
ahead.
I'll say, bless you.
Good luck, buddy.
See Bowser
Yeah.
tucking his tail and backing away
That's right.
slowly too.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stonemason's tool. Let's call this one stonemasons and throw a strength behind it. Stonemasons with your strength bonus.
Ah, dang it. Well, I'll still.
That's not amazing, but it is good enough. So you get some wedges in there. You start to slide it over. You watch for the balance point. You don't let it like tip up and fall over and crash to the ground, which would certainly do some damage to this sarcophagus. As you're like starting to slide it back, that's a lot of silver and gold and some gems. That's kind of a cool looking mask, and that's a pretty shield. 4,000 silver, 5,000 gold, zircon, tourmaline, cream colored pearl, silver lion mask, and a shield with an embossed Lion of Mitra in red and gold.
Blitz, are you deactivated? Blitz?
I'm sorry,
Reboot.
I was imagining that this is what you mortals might look like if we spend enough time here. Buried in a box and covered in treasure.
Kind of speaking of that, there's a lot of treasure in here and a lot of body in a heap over there.
I will move over to the bones and check those to get age, how long they've been there.
Sure. So you would say the bones themselves are well and truly old. At a glance, you're like, that's hundreds of years old. But where they've been sitting in the pile, how about we're gonna say you're guessing 50-ish years. Like, they were taken from where they were after resting there a long time and kind of thrown in a corner. The bits of them are not connected the way they would have been had they been here while there was still flesh on them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, lawgiver, do you know who this is? The shield kind of looks like you, with the lion motif and stuff.
It is indeed a shield that was dedicated to Mitra's service, but I do not hear a voice from it. I do not sense a presence of any of my siblings. That one which remains lie over there. I detect no remnant of their spirit. They have moved on from their corporal form, though if this was their resting place, they were certainly worthy of remembrance and of returning to their resting place.
I'll peek my head around the corner and peek into the sarcophagus. Any magic?
Any magic? There is indeed magic. That shield glows green. That's new.
Hey, why is his shield glowing weird color? That's not great.
And are you going to
That's
get a little
magic.
closer to it, or are you going to stay a little further back there?
I mean, ooh, I'm in a wall. That's not right.
No clip. Alright, you make your way up there and you kind of look over at the shield, and as you're like looking at the shield, you're like, yeah, that's a new thing. As you're looking at the shield, you get a little bit of that feeling that you had when you were gazing through those stones at Beldar's map. You see there a map, a glowing green outline on the shield. And it just flickers for a little bit, and we'll say that around about this time, your detect magic is fading. We'll need a recast to bring that one back up. Unless that's an auto cast for you.
No.
No.
I don't know about you guys, but I got a weird feeling on the shield of something really cool. I'm just gonna need a little more time to figure it out. But anyone else good with patterns but me?
Good with patterns?
Possibly. It looks like I wouldn't call it a. I'm gonna see Tann that's flickering in and out, just like, hey, dude, and like, I'll grab some of those gems from Beldar's thing, like these things. It feels like that, if that makes sense. That's how that feels.
Do you wish to look through those at the shield?
Does it work?
That does not.
I don't think this is working. Was that a test, Blitz? Did I fail it?
It sounds so.
Is there any of those gems in the sarcophagus? Oh, I can't say that word.
Sarcophagosum.
Yeah, is there any gems in there?
I'm sure there is.
There sure were. But you're pretty sure it was the detect magic spell that would need to be recast.
Well, if you give me a little bit, I have to go through my book again and remember all the patterns and do all, wizard things.
Yeah.
Nope, not a wizard.
Nope, not a wizard.
Well, he is casting that. We can kind of organize what other treasure is there.
Yeah, just throw on the disc.
Sure can. I will get you the details on that. It is a big pile of cash there, along with a silver lion mask and that shield that glows with the funny colors. And we'll get you the details there.
Did the mask glow?
The
Tahir?
mask did not.
No, it's just a pretty mask. You want it?
Is there any significance to the mask? Like, does it look like anything we might recognize? Or?
So it's a lion mask. You would say likely it is one of the pieces of regalia for a priest of Mitra. It's a pretty it's a pretty fancy piece. It's not like for your everyday service, but on a high holiday when you dress up and go round.
Ceremonial.
I never understood why people bury themselves with all this treasure.
In some cultures, it seemed that they can bring that with them to their afterlife. What a bunch of fools.
Wait, do you think he's still fighting Set in the afterlife?
Who?
Perhaps.
This guy. The dead guy.
No, that guy's dead.
Oh. So he doesn't need any of this stuff, then.
I don't think he does. Remember, this is for the good of Mitra, what we're doing here.
His arms aren't even attached to his torso. I don't think he can wield a shield.
I'm also wondering if the shield is like an artifact and we don't want them to get it. So if we have it, then at least they're not going to get it.
The only weird thing I find about it is, why haven't they taken it beforehand?
That's a good question.
Well, I would almost guess that they removed the body that was interned here, and this was a place to just store some of the stuff that they've found elsewhere. This stuff may not.
There.
The body is in a heap over there. Yes.
Oh, there's no body in the sarcophagus?
No, it's over in the corner where I'm
think this
standing
is-
here.
You think this is someone's, stash? This is one of their stashes?
Yeah.
Oh, when they find out we took their stuff, they're gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
Shit,
they
I'm
just
casting a
they used
spell.
it like a container for a bunch of treasure that they pulled out.
And what spell are we casting?
Detect magic.
Oh, I'm sorry. You continue
Oh,
with the
distracted.
Sorry, I was like, you're casting a different spell. Okay, which one are you casting? Yeah, okay, sounds good. And with that, you get Pardon me, stream. You will not see this one. But if you happen to join into the Discord, you'll be able to see it in the Dark Tower channel. Because, as the party does, they went a place I wasn't expecting.
What is that?
Kind of looks like a map.
Here be. What's that?
Here be heart of... What? I don't know if that says love or something else.
Yeah, a
It's
little bit of
fancy.
puzzling, a little bit of
Law.
puzzling over it. Law. Here be ye heart of law.
And to the tower.
Like a back
RSC.
entrance?
You think this could be... Hold on.
Is the RSC part of it, or is that the artist signature?
Artist signature.
Mike, can we all see this, or just him with his detect magic?
I would say just him, but I believe you've got cantrips enough to duplicate
I could prestidigitate like a piece of chalk and just draw it somewhere, and then
Okay.
poof. It looks something like that. You think this is referring to the entrance that Holomir is blocking? But that... No. Because it wouldn't... But... Huh?
Well, the only place...
Oh, I see it.
Oh.
If you compare to the map, turn it 90 degrees. The circle is where we found Oomph. I believe.
Okay.
Wait, no, maybe not. Never mind.
Omphalos.
Holy shit!
Those 3 rooms
You
match up.
genius,
Yeah.
you beautiful...
Yes, that is it.
Adults
Yeah.
on you! How did you figure that out? My brain would have never got that!
Okay.
And so, for those of you following along at home, what the party has potentially discovered, which they can confirm a little bit later, is down over here. There is some extra space identified on this map. Up here. Down here. Over here. And that map, when rotated, lines up with the Hall of Meat and the statue of the Naga and all those skeletons.
What is the Heart of Lost supposed to even mean?
Boy,
Perhaps
that's a question that a historian might know.
Right.
No, I'm somewhat of a historian myself.
It could be one of the relics of Mitra. Could be his heart. We have his eye.
You know, we never did hear him talk about his heart with Moram actually listening. You don't think that sneaky Pete could be lying, but he can't be lying. He's too good. I like him too much. I can't believe that. I'm having intrusive thoughts now. This is bad. Anyways,
I'd like to suggest that there is one way to find out. We could just go there.
I
Sure.
We need to pass through the
agree with
rooms.
Andry.
Dahrian, you remember 1 hour and 37 minutes ago when I told you about my devilish plan that you were the centerpiece of?
Which one was that?
I didn't tell you, so that's why.
Okay. I was like, I remember something about kobolds.
No, it was before the kobolds. I was like, our plan to rescue the Naga.
I think he's
Dahrian to
suggesting
fly
that he
over the
puts you in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are geniuses! Am I that straightforward?
Put me in the middle?
Yes, you. Specifically
Sure.
you. Why would I put you in the middle?
The ring?
No, not exactly. Come on, what's your specialty? What you great with? You took out like 40 of them by yourself.
The undead, yes.
Yes! So wouldn't it be great if I just boofed you right in the middle of the room and you were like, what's up, undead? And then you just disintegrated everyone.
There is definitely that. I believe is step 1. Yes.
Yes. It's step 1 of our 3-step plan.
I would agree with that.
But Omphalos is undead?
Omphalos is a statue right now, so I don't know. Shit, I just thought about something. What about every other trap that's in the room? How are we gonna get there ourselves? Alright, so, on that front, I can get us all there, but I'm gonna be so fucking tired by the end of it, dude. It's bad. if we want to avoid traps altogether, that is. I could get us all there. I would just be exhausted.
Well, with all the traps there, we'd be pretty safe. We could take a rest there.
Possibly, yes.
That is true.
Shall we start making our way there?
But what if there's something in there that we have to fight and Tahir's like useless?
Hey! I can still swing my fire sword! I'll swing it at you!
You know how long it would take you to kill me with that thing?
Probably, at least according to the calculations of 1d8 plus this number permitted plus that. It would take me a little bit, but I feel I could. On a good day, on a very good day, on like the best day I had of my life, you know.
Okay, are we taking care of the zombies or not?
I'd say so. I will not force you to do anything, Dahrian. If you just want me just to nuke the room with fireballs, I can do that as well.
If we can avoid, by chance, attacking the Guardian, I think it would be wise. If we attack the Guardian first, it may perceive us as a threat. I think I am willing to be teleported to the center of the room, and as the things descend upon me, do my channel divinity, and then we'll see what happens. But perhaps the Guardian will be able to be activated, brought back.
All right.
Unstoned.
Sure. So as the conversation's going on and the party's kind of setting off in that direction, a couple of things I need. I think there was a mention of being a bit of a historian themselves, but I don't think I saw the dice roll happen on the Heart of Law history check.
Oh, Blitz will assist.
Sure.
I got it.
Never mind.
That's pretty good.
I'm simply a historian myself.
So, a bit of a historian yourself. Yeah, the Heart of Law was a gem that was crafted and imbued by Mitra himself in his effort to destroy evil and bring law to the world. It is designed to carry on his spirit and his goal in this mortal realm after he ascended to godhood. So it is a little bit of himself in the world. You recall as well, it was contested. A subscription, 23 months, way to go. It was contested by a soul of chaos, and then counterbalanced by a gem of balance. So 3 gems, or 3 instances of these things exist. One designed by Mitra, one a dark reflection by Set, and the other, not really sure where that one came from. And so as you make your way in that direction, out the secret door through the curtains, could I get a fateful D6 to see if anything's been wandering about while you've been wandering about? A 2 carries us forward. You make your way into the Temple of Set, and could I get another fateful D6 there?
Dahrian, Blitz.
Blitz. You do it.
Let's-
I did it. It's a 4. It didn't show up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we
Came
go.
through, took
Okay.
a little while. No problem there. You make your way past the smashed remains that was stripped of all the serpentine gemstones and such, into that small area with the mirror and the skeletons in the fancy bronze armor, one of which has been denuded and is being worn by Blitz. Down the hallway, past the secret doors, which you know exist but have not been behind yet, towards the charnel hall with the mountains of meat. And as you approach the Mountains of Meat, could I have another D6, please?
I guess it's my turn.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here we go.
Hey,
Oh,
all right.
We're doing
All
good.
right.
The smell is still atrocious, but you've learned to take some precautions covering your faces, prestidigitation, and such things. You remember that the illusory wall was only about 3/4 of the way down, so you make your way through there, and you can see into the statue area and all the skeletons. And then, what's happening from here?
Just to remind everybody, the order of traps is zapped by lightning, most likely paralyzed, most likely blinded, most likely sun fire, and then there's a statue. And they do go off only once, and once they're off, they're done. For a little bit.
And the radius was.
And the
something like 30 feet, I think.
Statue is right in the middle.
Right here. Right?
You got it.
I wonder if these secret chambers might hold something useful for this.
We haven't checked those yet?
Have
No.
not.
Maybe.
Andre's
Make
like
a team.
walking and then his shoulders start leaning backwards.
I need one moment, please.
Sure, not a problem.
Do we check them?
Yes.
Alright, so if you would be so kind as to go ahead and arrange yourselves as you would like to be when you open one of those doors.
Oh, you guys don't want to open them all at the same time?
Oh, each one. That'd be fine. As a player, I'm down. Blitz would probably say it's a logical way to do it, but
Maybe two at a time. Because there's like doors and stuff between the two rooms, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ready, Blitz?
on 3. 1, 2, 3.
So you go to give the just
Oh.
because you know the secret door is there, opening it still might take a trick, and you both give a
Oh.
little like, that's not, it doesn't kind of just open that way, and you take a
Full
little
door.
look around. And could I get a perception check from each of you? This door is a gosh darn mystery. You're certain there's some way to open it. You know it's right there. Like, you hit the wall here, you hit the wall there. They sound a little different, but you're just not finding what triggers the wall to open. You could deploy force at this point or something else, but you're not seeing the correct way to open the secret doors.
Is it stone? Or either way, carpentry or masons?
Oh,
Either
it
way.
is stone, so the walls are done up in stone, and this looks like a similar piece.
Intelligence tool check.
Sure, we could try a little intelligence and see what you got there. Tooly intelligence. It's thinking. It's thinking. Oh, 22 is pretty good. So you get in there with your mason's tools. You get a little jiggle. You start to chase it around, and you discover, it's the classic wall sconce sitting nearby. Give it a little bit of a pull. That undoes the latch, pulls it out, and you can open that door. You look over to the other one. Yep, there's that other sconce. Just got to give that a little bit of a tug. Wouldn't have noticed it without the additional investigation, but that gets it there. Now, the door in front of you, Blitz, as you pop that one open, reveals a short passage into a 15-foot square crypt. The air here is dry and stale with a hint of decay. Along the back wall, a stone sarcophagus, its lid pushed partially to the side. Hieroglyphics cover the walls, but they seem to be scratched away. You can see little bits of a squiggle here, little bits of a line there, but all kind of troubled and set. A similar thing revealed in front of the doorway in front of Andry, short passage, 15-foot square crypt, the stone sarcophagus. This one, however, has its lid secured with iron chains, thick iron chains.
As far as the symbols being scratched out, does it look like how they do their defacing, how the set people like to do that? Or is it something different?
Give me, let's call this one an insight check. Because we're going for what was happening here. Can't tell. They just look like they're rubbed away, but they don't seem like the purposeful defacing that you saw in other areas. The Setites seem to like to target certain things to make them look foolish, or leave it obvious what it was that they are destroying. These just look scratched and worn away.
And there's chains on mine.
There are chains on yours, thick iron chains, holding down the lid of that particular sarcophagus.
Why would somebody do that?
Could be any reason.
Tahir, do you see magic on this sarcophagus?
You know, Dahrian, I once heard of stories of vampires being locked in sarcophagi via chains. Good thing there's none of those down here, ever, right? We haven't seen any of those.
I have not seen any of those yet. That is correct.
Perhaps we've not seen them because they've been locked inside that box.
What box?
Or sarcophagus.
Here,
Huh?
there's a sarcophagus bound by chains over here.
There's a what?
You said vampires?
Let's go, Dahrian. Let's go see what they're doing, right?
Lead the way.
I'm going. Yeah, right after you.
And as Tahir and Dahrian were, going over the plan, like the plan, you come back and see Blitz and Andry have just opened up these secret doors and are both peering in, one each.
Sorry, Blitz, what am I looking for?
My sarcophagus is a jar, but Andry says his is wrapped in chains.
Is there anything in yours?
Well,
What?
there is a jar in your room, and his is chained.
His is a jar. His is open.
Oh! I thought... Oh! I see. I don't, because I haven't looked in yet. And then I'll look in. Oh, open. Not a
So you
jar.
look in, and for just a second you focus on the canopic jar for a second. You're like, that's not what he's talking about. And you look at the sarcophagus lid and it's pushed back a little bit.
And the magic.
And the magic.
There's nothing in it, right, Blitz?
Oh, Blitz! I didn't notice you moving forward. Excuse me. I apologize. I was paying attention to Tahir and Dahrian over there. Blitz, as you get a little closer, you hear a little swoosh click. Tahir, as you're kind of looking in at the canopic jars, all of a sudden you're just looking at the secret door again. And Blitz, you're looking at something rising from the darkness. It steps out.
Oh.
Excuse me, and you see.
I'm gonna need some chains.
Gonna need some chains. You see an individual who looks perhaps a bit familiar. Could I have a perception check from you, please? I was wrong. Does not look familiar with you at all. You, never seen this dude before in my life. What you do see, however, on him, he is not wearing much. He's kind of got loose robes open, leaving his chest big and open. There's a big old handprint of just blistered skin and pox and kind of nastiness right where his, right over his sternum in there. It looks awful. And being on what pretty much is definitely an undead looks pretty bad too. We're going to go ahead and click on the turn order here. We're going to ask you all to roll initiative. Diseased giant rat, what are you doing on there? Get out of there, you. Good roll, Dahrian. Dahrian, door has just gone into Tahir's face. What are you doing?
It closed.
It closed.
I will step up into Tahir's space or whatever and try and open the damn thing.
Sure. Did you hear how to open it?
I did not.
Okay. Can I get a perception check from you, please?
I think it was open prior to me getting there, right?
I believe it was.
Let's see.
Table reflects
which check?
the reality. Perception check, please.
20 and a 1.
There is a player reroll if you'd like to use it. Your choice.
Andry knows.
No, I'm not going to use it on that.
All right, you
I'm
stare
just going to be feeling around and say, I can't. How do you open this damn thing?
Yep. You don't. It's a mystery. Tahir. You are away from your desk, but if you can hear us, what are you doing?
I'll be doing the exact same thing. Someone
Okay.
can roll for me if they'd like.
Can somebody give me a D20 when they get a chance?
+3.
+3. Anybody who'd like to roll the D20 for Tahir? A 2!
Oh, shit.
This door appears to be made out of door.
This is a door made out of door, and so Tahir and Andry, or Tahir and Dahrian are like, what? Andry, what are you doing?
I will walk over and pull the lever.
You got it.
Blitz showed me how to do.
You walk over, you grab the sconce, you pull down on the sconce. It's the classic sconce. But, door opens. That is a action for you. And then what are we going from there?
I will move forward. I think I can get to here.
You got it. You step up and in. At that point, though, the white swings its sword. As it does, we're going to be targeting Blitz. Long sword, 2 hands, number 1, and 11's probably going to do nothing. Life drain, reaches out, give me your soul. A 20.
Oh, that barely misses, yeah.
And Bowser hasn't. That's a reaction for Bowser to inflict the disadvantage.
The disadvantage, yeah, he would have done it on the first one.
You got it on the first one. So does a 20 hit?
No.
20 just misses. All right.
Just misses, yeah, barely.
Blitz, what do we got?
I do not recognize you, but you belong in that box, and I'm gonna slash a couple of sword strikes out her way or his way.
You got it.
Yay!
Is this the +2 sword?
Yay!
Oh,
Murder
Test it
sword?
out.
+2 Sword of Evil. Fang, 26 is a big hit. 13 is big damage. Well struck.
Again, on the backswing.
That opens up some wounds. 15 will also hit. 9 is good damage there.
And Bowser will try to pound him back into his box with his tail.
9 will not do it. Maybe not tail attacks. Blitz, anything else?
That's good.
Dahrian, back around to you.
It looks pretty crowded in there. So I will... Toll the dead on it.
Ooh, wisdom saving throw, toll the dead, badonk. 16 passes.
Yep. Bong.
Boom. Anything else for you, Dahrian?
No.
You got it. Tahir.
Heavy crossbow.
Heavy crossbow.
So heavy. Boop,
Oh,
doop.
20 is a good shot. See some damage there. 10 is good damage. Is that heavy crossbow magical in any way?
No.
No. It was a good shot. Maybe not quite as effective as you'd hoped.
Nor will it ever be. And then I'm gonna set him on fire.
No. 15 will set him on fire. 10 is fire.
That's it.
Shoo got it. Andry. He's thinking intensely or frozen, I can't tell.
I think he's
so
frozen.
He's so stoic. Come on.
That's our wielder of lawgiver right there.
Stoicism
Right.
He
incarnate.
can give anybody law.
Oh no!
You can call him the lawyer.
Ping, 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 ping. I believe in you, Discord.
Buddy from Tennessee was making fun of how, or at least how Californians, was going to say how how Californians say, they say lawyer. And he's like, why do you guys say lawyer? It's not loy, it's law. You should say lawyer.
Lawyer?
And I'm like, yeah, you got a point, man.
Yeah.
I've
to
never
give
heard
it to him.
anyone say lawyer.
I'm on the lawyer gang. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Your friend's weird.
Lawyer. I can't think of anywhere I've been that I've ever heard anyone hit the A that way.
Do we call the police the police? What other stupid words can you think of? Well, he tries to keep his
Yeah.
police.
Police? Policy?
Police.
Oh, wait, something just... Where'd it go?
Lost Discord.
Lost Discord.
He's moving
Okay,
up.
he's moving up.
He's about to throw hands.
I feel like there's gonna be a sword attack coming in.
I think he leapt up onto the sarcophagus, huh? He got to strike down with it.
Oh, that is yeah,
Nice.
that's a hit. Bonk. Oh yeah. If you were going to recognize him, you were not going to do it anymore, as Lawgiver slices in and scorches that white down to nothingness.
You know, Dahrian, that man looked a little familiar. I can't quite put my finger on it. Is it someone we've killed recently?
Was it somebody that we killed recently?
Was it somebody you killed
We
recently?
killed a lot of people.
Maybe a perception checky as you try to put back together, like you hold it together for a second.
Normally, I don't kill the people. Normally, it's
Oh,
Andry who does the
Dahrian.
killing.
Dahrian, you do recognize the facial structure of Afris and of Varkus and of Vala. You're like, all right, this guy looks a lot like that family.
I mean, his mustache looked a little weird.
Did look a little
What-
weird.
Wasn't there another brother or something, right?
There was
Mike-
the eldest son of Var, who you have just dispatched once more.
What was his name?
Avar.
Boy, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
I did not
Give it a
recognize him
spelling
from
there
afar
because
or
we're
up
gonna-
close.
We double up a lot of letters. Double V, double A.
There's double V's and A's?
Double
What
V,
is
double
this?
A. Hey, he made it!
A war?
Back.
Andry dispatching
Nice.
the white Avar, eldest son of Avarkus.
So, we know that no one dedicated to Mitra is buried in these. And if a white is in this one, what's in the chained one? My money's still on vampire.
It's a high probability.
Our
'Cause
whites
whatever's
known
in
to-
there, they don't want it out. And I don't want it out. Unless there's like, something pretty cool in there.
Are whites known to return to their coffins like a vampire to sleep? I mean, is that
No, they're more like like a glorified zombie, pretty much.
Sometimes you can dedicate whole seasons of a show to it for them to be wiped out in one episode.
Correct. No, they've got some little tricks and such, but for the most part, once they're slain, again, they're done for. I would still suggest we would burn its body, so burn the body.
all right.
Foosh.
Fire happens.
Anything else in its bed?
As you check around the bed, it just had that sword that it drew, and nothing else with it. Big scar.
Can we unlock the chains?
That's what
Oh.
that was a.
Also, may I use that shield while we're walking around?
Which one?
The lion.
Go ahead.
What?
Yeah, but I don't think it matches your aesthetic.
It is a big clash. Like Serpentor, lion.
Sometimes
this like-
fashion is about starting conversation.
Is this like one of those things where you customize a character but you can't have the full outfit because the stats are different?
Mm.
It's like
When
you
was
don't want
Labor
to
Day?
have. Huh?
Mm.
Anyways, so the next tomb or the Guardian?
Well, this thing had a Pox handprint on its chest, right?
Sure did.
So, whoever killed it, I would say cast some spell, and something that had the ability to give somebody a disease, some diseased creature. Does it look like a normal, human-sized hand, or does it look like a hand large enough, like one of the statues?
It looks as though the initial impact would have been a human-sized hand, but it's swelled out along the edges as the pox sort of bubbled up. But
So,
that big.
are we thinking he was murdered? Because I know of some spells that can just infect your body and make you just convulse and die in horrible fashion. Maybe that's
Yes, and I don't know how much license Chris will take here, but I think I'll take a little bit. It is, beings we are dealing with undead. There are some greater undead that have the ability to give diseases, like mummies and things of this nature. So it's possible that there's a very naughty undead further down.
Or maybe they're just in the next room over with the chained up sarcophagus.
Or they may be just in the next room. That's correct.
Let's all take a vote if you want to check out that room. Blitz, Bowser may have a vote if he so wishes.
He raises his paw.
I haven't gave the vote yet. All in favor of raiding the sarcophagus that we definitely should not open in any capacity for it being locked up for a very specific reason that we should definitely not do, because there's most likely vampires. Say aye.
Aye. And Bowser
Okay.
raises his other paw.
Do we know that it's a vampire, or do we know if like the Set guys have locked him up?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm just saying it's a vampire because you ever see some of those books they have of old vampire hunting tactics? Sometimes they would just chain up the thing so they can't rise up, but it fails because they can just turn into mist anyways. The fools, right?
Right.
Anyways, Bowser, that's only one vote. Two
What
paws
was it?
don't make.
What were
raiding
we
the
voting on?
sarcophagus?
He
Raiding the
sticks his tail
sarcophagus.
up. I wonder if we might leave it chained and chisel a
You wanna
hole so we
peek
can
up?
peek in.
Do you have like, oh my god, you are a stonemason, you have drills.
Oh no. What have we done?
If you've convinced me, now you've piqued my curiosity. I'll vote yes.
All right.
This room's pretty much barren otherwise.
Baron
Other
otherwise.
than...
But hey, on that note, if people of Set are buried in here, but that one's chained up, so far it's been 100% Set, what if that's Mitra? A Mitra body. Bam!
Hmm.
They don't want that getting out, do they?
Could be.
That is
Why
true.
Why am I taking myself out? This is stupid.
So would
That
the
is a
party
sound
please
theory.
arrange themselves as they are standing now?
I'll have a peek in the room before Blitz goes in to see if
Sure.
magic.
No magic. No magic noted. Andry moves into the room, stands next to the sarcophagus with the big chains.
So all I have to do to open this, if it closes, just push this button. Right?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
And Blitz, what is it you are planning to do?
Drill a little peephole
Okay.
just to see if there's anything inside.
You break out your drill set, you start working your magic there. You chip a little spot to get a start. Dust is coming out. It's going to take a little bit of time. As that's happening, Dahrian, Tahir, could I get a perception check from each of you, please?
So Dahrian, what I'm proposing is when you get in teleport into the room, I want you in this position. So if you just you have to go full straddle for this, because it's a weird long shape. So I hope I'm not distracting you in any capacity that this could go very bad for us.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You were distracting enough.
But you're gonna need to get in a full, I'm ready to mount a horse, but the horse is a snake.
Okay.
That's the stance I need you to do.
So, Blitz, you're grinding away, grang, 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 grang. As you're working your way in there, and you kind of hit that spot where it's shunk, and you finally kind of you feel a bit of wind come at you, and then sort of past you and through you, and you're it did not feel pleasant at all. You're probably not used to things passing through your leather and metal form, but that sort of just went through you in a weird way. Tahir, though, you're the one that gets to see forming behind you, and maybe you see it in Dahrian's eyes before you see it in your own, a wraith taking shape, and with the surprise, it reaches out And with
Oh,
advantage...
vampire!
Oh, vampire. With advantage, it reaches out and tries to give you a little love tappy life drain. 23?
Sure will.
27 points of necrotic damage. And could I get a
thing.
DC 14 Constitution saving throw? You would like to pass.
I'm a wizard.
16 is still passing. You do not lose your maximum hit points.
27, you said? Ow.
27.
Okay, I'm still up.
All right. Could I get everybody to please go ahead and roll themselves into initiative? As it is now fighting time.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Oh no.
There is one player reroll in the pot if anybody feels that it's important enough to use. Alrighty. Andry.
I'm thinking the save is more important than initiative here.
You got it. Andry, the door has slammed shut. You looking over at Blitz, and you probably just heard Tahir make some sort of noise. What are you doing?
Can I try and go through the door?
Sure, you can try and go through the door. I think a strength athletics check. DC's going to be pretty high because this is a stone door meant to resist all sorts of things. But a 26 is pretty impressive. You plumph and go through the door. That door's locking mechanism is now damaged beyond repair. But you are on the other side. That did take your action. What would you like to do from there?
I don't think I have a bonus action that I can do.
Okidoka?
Nope.
Alrighty. Blitz and Bowser.
I don't know jack about undead. Or like this type of thing. I hit it with something. I know it's dangerous. Is it holding any metal? Or is it just floating around?
It
totally
is floating
incorporeal?
around. It is a so a wraith is one of the incorporeal undead. So it is occupying space, but it is not solid. It's wispy, shadowy, and cold. It looks kind of pissed.
Guiding bolt. I will attempt.
Oh, sure.
There we
You step
go.
down and kind of lean around
if
the
I can
corner.
see it.
But yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Guiding bolt will.
Coming up. Oh no.
Got rerolls.
No, I'll leave it for you guys' saves, man.
Alrighty.
And then, yeah, I guess Bowser can't squeeze out there.
Nope, no space for Bowser at the moment. But Tahir, you are facing off against Shamling the Wraith, and Shamling reaches out for you once more. Pair of 12s isn't going to do Shamling any favors, though, and nobody buys the DM rerolls. Dahrian, what do we got?
I will Sacred Flame it.
Oh, Sacred Flame, Dexterity set, check. Boom. 6, he's going to take it. 11 radiant damage. It is effective, but not super effective. So, normal damage dealt. Still good. Does not like. Dahrian, anything else?
No. I think that's it.
Got it. Tahir, what do we got?
Why did I trick myself into doing? I knew there was vampires. No one ever. Why did I do this? 18.
Shocking Grasp, 18's gonna hit. Show me some damage. 5 points of damage. Unfortunately, the lightning just skitters across its form, not doing as much as you'd hope.
That's fine. I'm just gonna let that happen. Sword!
22 is going to hit.
Bam!
12 is normal damage.
Get me the hell out of here! And I retreat backwards.
Sounds good. That's going to bring us, I think, to Andry. Andry, what do we got?
Oh, thank God he got out of my way. I was so concerned. I'll move forward and a couple of slashes with Lawgiver.
Sure could.
Nice.
22 is going to hit, and that is 21 points of damage there. That hurts. 12 is going to miss, though.
I'll use a reroll.
Oh, reroll depleted.
Nice.
27 brings a big hit, though, for 32
32.
points of damage. That is a lot of damage. And that is going to double check. Yep, that is going to do it.
Nice.
Felled.
Good. Law given.
Yes.
Are you okay, Tahir? You look like shit.
Thank you. I am fantastic.
He is blinking red on the overlay.
Some would say, on a scale of 1 to 100, I'm like 20%.
Blitz
Some
will
would
try
say-
to.
But if you divide it by 2, that's like 10%. But times 2 is 20. And, it's like 10 hit points worth, some would say.
Some would
Which
say
is
that.
About 20%. But I'm a wizard, and I'm still alive. Buster. What's in the box?
What is in the box? Peeking through the little hole in the box, applying a little light, you can see that there is a desiccated humanoid form in there. The robes that they wear are well preserved. It seems this was indeed a well sealed sarcophagi, but you would say well to do, perhaps merchant's robes.
And
Maybe.
just curious about the wounds on Tahir. Do they look like the wounds on the white, like the burning hand thing, or like?
No, it looks like a little bit like frostbite, like the heat was sucked out of Tahir. Which he's kind of grayish already, so it's kind of like light gray on dark gray, so it probably doesn't look that bad.
Nasty things, wraiths.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that just the way?
Should we burn this merchant?
If you want.
I don't
Does you
think
wanna see
anything
this?
else will come out of it. We should just open it.
Yeah.
Got any bolt cutters in your handy dandy backpack?
I don't know.
Think your
Something-
buzzsaw might work?
Yeah, would it? Or tools?
Sure.
Or should we attack?
Yeah, so as you start to shift the chains around and get ready to attack the chains, you notice something beneath the chains. So where the chains sort of crisscross and lay down, there is a bit of like a cement or wax impregnated with stone, and in it is Avarkus's seal. It looks as though Avarkus sealed this with his own signet ring. Now, the chains themselves, they'll take a little bit of work, but eventually you find the weak link, pry that open, open it up inside, desiccated corpse. Oh, Marsamol, thank for the follow. Good to have you here. So, yeah. Shamling the Wraith, his corpse you find and destroy. Won't be coming back anytime soon.
Is that a common practice to seal, like put a wax seal on the sarcophagus like that? is that something that any of us may have heard of? I've never heard of that before.
How about a religion check? So this is more of a curse, or a flaunting one's power. So this was a Varkas saying, I killed you and I'm keeping you here. You don't get to go on to your afterlife.
Oh, good. We let him go.
Great!
You did a good thing.
We're heroes.
You are heroes.
We have defeated Avarkus once again.
Should we carry on, or do you guys want to open the other two doors?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Perhaps they
Yes.
get progressively more dangerous as we head east.
Right.
What are the
Got a
odds?
mummy in 30, and then finally face the vampire in 31.
Oh. Do we not?
And so, the party leaves behind two unexplored secret rooms and head back in to the meaty meat room with the illusory door, under which they can see the room full of skeletons and the statue of the Naga beyond. Any skills being deployed here that I should be aware of?
I want to do a little perception.
Sure.
See if there is anything by chance that I can discern about the statue that maybe was missed last time. So, see if it is in any way, shape, or form moving, or, any glint of life in it whatsoever.
Sure. Go ahead and give me that perception check when you get a chance.
Blitz is wondering the same about the skeletons.
So, Dahrian, the statue does still look like a statue. Blitz, as you look over to the skeletal forms, which are just bone, you're pretty sure you don't see much in the way of a sign of life. But go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you see any animation amongst them. Ooh, 17. So as you study them, you can see that they are in good condition. They are not covered in dust and cobwebs. They are reasonably intact. They don't have the worn and disheveled look of many undead that you've seen. So these look to be bodies that were in good kit when they were converted to skeletons, and have remained in decent states since then.
All right. Dahrian, do we need a safe word?
That will have you run in.
I'm not running anywhere. I mean more like bamf you out.
Oh,
Unless, I don't know, if someone wants want to go in there with you? Andre, you were saying something?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Is okay. We throw him in there. What if these things are immune to his attack or whatever he's going to do, and then he's got I see a bunch of skeletons. They're gonna rip him apart.
You have that little faith in our good old pal Dahrian?
how?
Well, the problem
of the
is
Twilight God?
can we go in there
No.
without setting off the traps?
not from what Detect Magic told me last time.
And I believe someone already detonated the trap by stepping just a little too far in and got kazatted earlier.
Right. How high is the ceiling in there?
Ceiling inside is domed and goes up, I want to say it was 30 feet high at the peak.
30 feet high at the peak, and was the Tahir was the you had circles that went kind of straight up, right? I mean, it's like cylindrical.
I believe
Right?
that was correct from the last description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I could, if these things start descending on me, I could fly up.
If you want to start flying, I can just... I mean, all I need to do is put you on a place that you can stand. I could teleport you to the tippity top of that statue's head, and if you want, just fly from there. You'll be good.
I think that would be...
How much of that capability do you still have left for today?
Let me see.
Bowser, calm down.
I can do it one more time.
Well, if you are up for it, once again, I'm not forcing you to do it, but could go. Oh, I do remember one question I wanted to ask about the traps.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if it's someone has to enter it, like a living person has to enter it to activate it? So I think I looked at the rune itself, but I didn't really ask that question.
Yes,
Kazat.
living creatures.
What's the most horrible thing we could do to somebody in this circumstance? Boy, if I had a cultist, I would just teleport them in the center of that room. That'd be really unfortunate for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, and Tann isn't living, right? Isn't Tann undead?
I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tann is technically a Dhampir, which I believe is still a living creature. And
Okay.
Tann gives you like the thumbs up and then goes to like walk in, and that's more magic, and you just see Tann like whoop 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 whoop, and then gets kicked out.
I think he's
Okay.
preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Dahrian, I'll ask you one more time. You good?
I'm down with this. I will.
Say the word.
Let me make sure that this is a bonus action.
Got my finger
Yep.
pointed in the direction top of the Naga statue's forehead.
I say bonus action. Do steps of the night. I take flight. I say, put me right at its head.
You're gonna feel
And-
really sick after this.
Okay.
And then, it's not like a black hole just appears in your space, but like you get spaghettified just a little bit, and just sand just appears,
Okay.
and then you get reassembled on top of the statue's head, and you're in.
All right. So Dahrian.
So I'll cast Vortex Warp.
You got it. Dahrian gets vortex warped and goes to a light right atop the statue. And as you do so, you hear the statue say, "Well, that was creative."
Oh. I say, hello. I thought you were a statue. Did not think you were alive.
And like as you're talking, the statue's like kind of moving, like it's balancing you, like on its nose / forehead, and then it sort of realizes that you can sort of hover there and just like slides out from underneath you. Well, that is sort of the point of this whole test, is to evaluate you and see what you're doing. I'm rather glad you decided not to throw another living being around to detonate the traps, but it was a creative idea, if a bit callous.
Well, one must do what they have to at the time, I suppose. Are these undead going to be moving in and attacking us, or are these of your creation?
They are of my creation, though they were willing to lend themselves to the effort to protect Mitra's resting place. I can see by your garb that you are not a devotee of Mitra, but you seem to be on the side of right. Would you like to sit down? And like the whole time she's like tracking you, and a little bit of the snake is kicking in, and she's starting to do like the sway.
Is there any way for my companions to come and speak as well, or can these traps be deactivated?
Oh, of course, I've set them aside for the moment. They will not activate so long as none come in with ill intent or behave improperly.
If you will allow me to retrieve my companions, I think we all would very much enjoy a conversation.
Of course. And as you're talking, the statue sort of stretches herself out, and you can now see she is indeed a naga, humanoid face on a serpentine body, bit of a hood, reminiscent a bit of a cobra, but at the same time, the face has a like an attractive, a little maternal look to it. It looks kindly protective. It sort of reads in that fashion.
Interesting. I'll give a slight little bow and say, "One moment." And I move down here, fly, and I say, "Hey guys, Omphalos is alive. This kind of was all of a test. She has deactivated all of the glyphs and would like to speak with all of us. I would just encourage everyone to be on your best behavior and do not enter here with any ill will or anything. It will be sensed, and things could turn sideways."
Well, that was not at all what I was expecting to happen.
Nor me.
Tahir, you want me to go first?
It's fine. I trust Dahrian's word 100%.
And as you're all walking forward, you get about to the halfway mark, and then you just feel like a wave of beneficial energy as a mass cure wounds sweeps across you all, healing you for 26 hit points.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
It seemed as though you were a bit under the weather, so I hope that helps.
It's been a day.
I believe it. The servants of Set have been active of late. I can see the vile putrescence that they've piled in the chambers beyond, and I heard them cavorting amongst the bodies just a day or two ago. Now, what is it you've come here for?
Well, to be honest, my first idea was this was going to be a rescue mission for you, because we didn't know what the whole deal with the room is. She's all like, "Uh-oh, looks like the beings of Set got this poor Guardian Naga cornered. This is surrounded with undead and to make sure they never get out." But it turns out that was wrong.
Ah, well, I'm flattered by your concern, but no, I have things somewhat in hand here. As my guise is a statue, the minions of Set have little interest in this room, and some of the decorations you can see, though they've fallen into disrepair, are hidden from their eyes, so they see nothing more here than a lonely statue in an empty room. And as you look around, you can see that this was once a fairly stately hall, obviously a center of worship. There's depictions on the wall of the earthly life of Mitra, but they're pretty badly worn at this point. Hundreds of years have gone by since they were kept up. But they don't seem to have been defaced in the way that the statues to the south and west were.
Well, now that we know that you're not in need of any rescuing at the current moments, I guess our next goal was really to deal with the whole Setite problem that's currently rampaging down here. I don't know how much do you know of the current happenings in the area?
Little. I've been disconnected from the other supporters of Mitra.
There are others?
The tower still stands, does it not?
It does. Are you referring to Holomir? Golden Heart.
Ah, the Golden Heart. He remains. Wonderful. He was a grand supporter of Mitra.
Yes, he's actually taken quite a liking to us. Enough so that, and I point to Andry, we managed to deal with Avarkus already.
Ah, splendid. He was one of the originals. Unfortunately, unless the curse upon the land is broken, he will rise again before too long.
Oh no.
Children of Set have a habit of coming back, a piece of the demon god's immortality.
On that question, does burying the corpses help in any way?
Oh, such things will delay the resurgence, but eventually, if not dealt with, the troubles will rise again. Set's tower here fuels the curse in this area, and its masters protect it.
We've come across at least one and have heard of another relics of Mitra. One is this, and I hold my hand up with the ring.
Oh.
And there was a shield that we had found that led us here with something that was called the Heart of Law. And we did seek that, was why we were coming this way.
Sure, and give me a quick insight check. So as you mentioned the Heart of Law, you can see that Omphalos becomes a little more guarded. Just draws in on herself just a little bit more. The Heart of Law should not be taken except in dire need, and it is a powerful artifact. What do you know of it?
Well, it was one of 3 current artifacts of its kind. This one was, and he'll give the lore spiel of what he's read about items. And I'm such that could be proven very useful in the current troubles we find ourselves in. Currently, Avarkus' daughter is in possession of the Eye of Mitra, and is looking to gain access to Mitra's tower itself. And we've been trying to track them. We have encountered them a couple of times, but they've managed to slip away thus far. Very tricky with what they have at their disposal.
And Omphalos is sort of eyeing you up. To take up the Heart of Law is to become a vessel for Mitra's will. I will not prevent you from taking it, but I will warn you that it is not a device, a gift to be accepted lightly. It is a commitment, and it is dangerous. If you have great need, it lies beyond, but it will test you, and it may destroy you.
Will it help us break this curse?
It has great powers, but I do not know if it will assist you. It has lain here for all these years. Those who came before you decided that it was too great a risk to attempt to embody the will of a god. You are brave enough and believe yourselves pure enough. You can undertake that test. But again, only in the greatest need would I suggest you even attempt it.
Well, do you know of any way to raise the Tower of Set? To destroy it?
To destroy the tower, its masters must be undone. There are minions of Set who will not depart the tower, and that has caused this struggle to continue across the ages. They throw their underlings at our poor defenders. When we strive against them, it is a terrible place. But I have not been involved in such an effort in some 400 years. Since then, I have been separated and remained here guarding Mitra's tomb and the heart.
If we were able to gain entrance to the Tower of Set, would you be willing to battle once more with us?
I do not think I would leave this place. This stronghold provides a respite for those who would battle. I am concerned that if we abandon it, that we might lose another foothold to Set. His minions return over and over again. So such strongholds are key. No, I do not think I would leave this place. It is more to the hands of those like you who are to carry it forward while we defend and remain to heal.
Well, this has been rather insightful, I'd say. Not at
Yes.
all was I expecting this to go in any capacity.
Well, I'm pleased to have surprised you.
You have access to arcane magics, yes? High level
I have access to magics of a different sort. In the humans' world, they would often call it divine. What sort of magics do you seek?
Well, I look at Andry. I say, I wonder if Omphalos might be able to tell us about Murky? Perhaps wake Murky up?
What is a murky?
We found a sleeping dog.
Wait, we're calling it Murky now?
I thought it was Murky. I
It's
thought
murky.
that was
It's got a
what
dog.
was...
It's got a dog tag called Murky.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
Yeah.
Andry, show her the dog. We gotta know.
All right. Do you know anything about this dog? And I'll pull it out.
It is asleep and cannot be awoken.
And now I gotta do research. So as I do a little research, we're right about break time. So let's do a quick 5 to 10 minute break while I do a little research to see if Omphalos knows anything about Murky. And we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And hey everybody, welcome back to 20 Sides to Every Story. My name's Casey, we're coming back from a break, and we are about to find out if Omphalos, the Guardian Naga, with her spells aplenty, has any insight into what Murky the puppy is. And as Murky the puppy is held up, Omphalos does concentrate. You can see her eyes take on a magical sheen, and she studies the puppy thoroughly and says it's a sleeping puppy.
Why? Why though?
Why is the puppy sleeping?
No, it hasn't woken up in like 2 days.
Well, it's quite obviously ensorcelled.
That's a word that Dawson doesn't know, but the wizard probably does.
Ensorcelled, having sorcery applied to it? Sorcelosity?
Oh, he's magic.
It's magic.
Okay. That's. Why didn't you just say that?
Well, I just...
We tried to anti-magic it, and it didn't work.
Well, no, if it's been asleep for quite some time, then it's a rather powerful spell. I would suspect something along the lines of an imprisonment. It is a spell that can cause magical slumber that cannot be broken except under certain conditions.
Is the puppy evil?
It appears to be a puppy.
It's a puppy.
I suppose
The puppies are not evil.
could
But
be
why
evil,
the-
but
It can be. Puppies can be evil.
No,
I
they can't.
suppose.
All dogs go to heaven. Don't you know the story?
They do.
But
But it's a puppy. Why?
I don't know.
There was dog cultists guarding a dog that's imprisoned in its own mind? For what purpose?
I cannot fathom the workings of Set's cultists.
My brain's gonna break.
Okay, so back to the heart thing.
Yes,
I had a question.
of course.
What happens if we run into something where the heart would be helpful for us, but we've left it here?
You would not have it. As far as riddles go, that was not particularly difficult.
I'm not very smart.
Oh, you shouldn't say that about yourself. Leave that for others to say.
Well, they can, but they might not live very long if they do.
As for mutual help, I guess, is there anything you need from us?
Anything that can be done to strike against the minions of Set, carrying some missives between myself and Holomir and any other who remain to support Mitra would be appreciated.
So far, that's all we met.
We've refused to go down to the 3rd floor or even look further into the 2nd floor for some reason. Don't ask why. We don't know. Soon we'll go deeper. Maybe.
Well,
do you guys want me to go get the heart?
I don't think we need it as of now, unless things get really desperate.
The thing is when things get really desperate, we're not going to be able to just be like, "Hey, Set, do you want to just hold on? We got to go get something."
Is the room magically warded against teleportation?
I do not have the ability to teleport. I don't know.
Keep that in my back pocket for later. As the holy shit, we're gonna die situation, we could just, I don't know, bamf into the room.
Well, you could. I don't think I have that power.
Give me just a little bit, like maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I'll figure something out. Just 3 weeks, just maybe.
But
anyways, sorry.
Okay,
Andry, go ahead.
Sure. I think it's pretty safe where it is.
I'd agree.
He's been guarding it for a long time now, and they don't seem interested in trying to get through your room.
Because they don't really know what's here.
Yes, I guard the secrets of this room well.
Alright, well, your secret's safe with us. I'm sure none of us will say anything.
I would hope not. Otherwise, I've judged you very poorly.
Well, there have been some questionable decisions, but nothing worth mentioning.
Hey, nobody's perfect there, big guy. We all make mistakes.
You should always strive to be perfect.
No, just be better.
You say you offered this room or this place, this section, as a means of respite. If we were to come back here, would we have means to enter this room, or would we need to... I mean, I guess, is there a password for these glyphs, or
I recognize you
allow
now.
us?
I will grant you passage.
Wonderful. Any code word we need to say, because the mounting corpses might make it difficult to see.
If you would like to give one, you can, but I think I'll recognize you.
Okay. I saw you had the capability. We're workshopping it. We'll get there. We'll figure a word. I will figure a word. Actually, no, I'm terrible at making words. Anyways, I saw you had the capability to heal, like my good friend here, Dahrian, and my good automat. I still don't know. Had the capability of healing. We all have a knack for getting ourselves like on death's door a lot. Say if something were to go really bad, like say you encounter a hobgoblin who is way too good for everything he does and decides to just take you down in one swing. You know what I'm talking about? We've all been there, right?
I can't say that I have, but go on.
I was there when that happened to you.
Thank you, Dahrian. Yes, you were. Would you have the capability to raise the dead?
No, that is beyond my knowledge. We Naga do that instinctively.
I'll believe you.
Wait, are you saying if you die, you can come back to life?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I need that ability.
Yes, I'm really not sure why everyone doesn't do it.
Oh, you're not going to tell me how, then.
Well, you see, in Elven philosophy, bleh,
Where would we be able to gain entrance into the Tower of Set? And how?
The Tower of Set has an entrance at its base. It is from there that the minions of Set issued forth on that dark night so long ago. But I am not familiar with how to breach the tower.
there seems to be artifacts that at least mentioned be used to enter the Tower of Mitra. Is there something might be similar for Set?
If there are, I'm not aware of it. I was stationed here as these tunnels were being dug to protect Mitra's tomb. The horrid nature of what was to be unearthed later was not fully revealed at that time.
Oh, shit. The rats were digging tunnels. What if they dug a tunnel into the heart?
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Are we gonna go check it out? Because I'm all for it.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure. Heading off to the east, I believe. You can see more glyphs on the floor as you reach the doors there. You open the double doors. They're glyphed as well. But Omphalos has disabled those. Whoa, slow down there, Tiger. We got some stuff to review. To the south. To the south, you can see some soupy mist. A light gray in color. Not violet, but certainly of the type of mist that says, walk into me, you'll never know where you're going to turn out. The air that you are breathing is dry and stale. There's a hint of a flowery scent. As you bend around to the north, the hallway continues on.
Hey, Omphalos, what does the mist do? I know it teleports, but where?
That will return you to the Tower of Mitra.
We can just get into the Tower of Mitra from the mist.
Yes, though unless you have great need and are on good standing with the Guardians, have a care when you do.
Okay.
How do we know when we need?
I think one of us has to be dead.
I don't know.
That's for something to us to discover when we need it.
There are certain concerns that mortals have that I do not have.
Like you can't die.
It's quite difficult. But I'm okay with that.
If only we all could lead with such reckless abandon, knowing we can just be brought back at a later point. Anyways. Onward! Make sure there's no
Onward!
rats!
As you continue bending around the curve, The air ahead has a fresh, earthy scent that is laced with that of pleasant flowers. The floor, as you move forward, switches from the more common flagstone to fitted white marble tiles. The walls are draped in white velvet. The drapings on the walls waft slightly as you pass. That floral scent kicks up just a little bit more.
Can I look behind them?
Sure, you glance behind. Nice white marble walls, well fitted.
No holes in it?
No holes. I mean,
Beautiful room.
little cracked seams, like, they're marble tiles that were fitted, but no holes chewed through. As you come up around the corner, you can hear the gentle strumming of a lute, maybe a harp accompanying it, just every once in a while, little pluck, 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 pling, pling, pling kind of noise. It's nice if you like that sort of thing. Ahead, the hallway that opens up is perhaps 40 foot by 50 foot with a 20-foot high ceiling. The floor is impeccably clean. The white velvet curtains are in superb condition. It feels nice as you kind of come around the corner, and floating up in the air, about 4 foot off the ground, rotating slowly, is a gem approximately 6 inches in diameter. The gem is colorless, faceted, very, 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 very even.
Tahir, would that be the heart?
Sure.
That sort of matches.
Oh, let me consult the notebook. Yes. That would be it. It's here still, so that's good.
They haven't made it in here. That's really good.
Do we see any signs of rat droppings, rats chewing, cave beavers, anything?
No signs of rats, cave beavers, or other such problems. Blitz, your arm is like caught on the teeth of your new sword.
Oh. Well, uncatch it?
You're just like,
It's biting?
It's not hanging right, like it's banging against your leg now. It keeps catching in like your little leathery straps.
Try to control it.
Yeah,
so
and
did boss.
Yeah, you like. It's not moving. You can't see it moving, but at the same time, like, you ever just like had something that felt unwieldy and it couldn't quite figure out where to put it? It seems to be doing that.
Perhaps.
You okay, Blitz?
You're fidgeting.
Oh, I'm sorry. My sword felt uncomfortable. I was trying to find a new position to accommodate it more comfortably.
Okay.
I feel as if what I just said didn't make sense, but
Well,
it makes sense.
Everything you've said to us leading up to this point and how you don't experience normal bodily functions makes me really concerned how you can feel it.
yes.
Can you feel? If I were to poke you, could you know I poked you?
I would be aware.
How? How do you do these things?
We're all machines.
What? I need you to run that back a little bit. Let's rewind the tapes. What does that mean? What do you mean?
My functions are very similar to yours, just different components.
I can't even see. No, how does he do these things? Why is he always right?
He's a computer, isn't he?
What's a computer?
Blitz.
Is that like his second name? I don't. You told him your secret name and you didn't tell me?
I think he just made it up, which is appropriate because you should never give yourself a nickname.
So we're good? Chip's still there?
Oh,
No rats?
looks
No
good.
cave beavers? Still hanging out? Fantastic. I'll start walking back.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you don't give yourself your own nickname?
For instance, I nicknamed the sword Fang. He did not choose it.
You nicknamed your sword Fang?
Yes.
Of course
Although
you named your sword.
now that we were talking about it, I'm not sure why, but I felt compelled to name it.
Huh. Interesting. If you were to give Dahrian a nickname, what would you call Dahrian? What would be his nickname?
I'll need some time to think about it.
I just imagine just a deadpan stare of nothingness.
So as most of the party makes their way back down the hallway, the air goes from that, nice perfume to a little dry and a little musty, and then the flower scent fades away, and you're back in that dank, kind of dusty smell, and you can kind of pick up the scent of the piles of meat just a bit south of here. Amphalos looks over at you and just seems to be just scanning from face to face. You decided not to take on the heart at this time.
We just wanted to make sure that no rats accidentally burrowed their way into the chamber. They're persistent.
Yes, evil does persist.
Yeah, you spooked us well enough that we will not use it unless our need is dire.
Well, then I've done some portion of my job well. If there's anything else you need, feel free to return here. I look forward to more correspondence, and perhaps someday we shall have worshippers visit again.
Soon, I hope.
One would hope.
Are we taking a rest here?
May not be a bad idea.
It seems like a pretty safe place. Not that we've had any problems taking a rest anywhere else, but
Amazingly true. Party's ridiculously good at getting their dice rolls for their rest. So it sounds like in the company of Amphalos, the party will be looking to take their long rest. Let's see how well their luck holds up. We are going to need a grand total of 6 d6s, not showing a 1 on there. If we could get the first 2 d6s, that gets us through our first hour and a short rest. So could I have volunteers for the first 2? 4 is fine. A 1 means we got to roll. You've earned yourself some safe spots on the table here, though. So could I have a D8, please? A 3. Good news, you've already eliminated that particular problem. So your short rest goes by uninterrupted. You may take the benefits of a short rest. Let's see if we can get to a long rest. We need 4 more rolls, so a d6 from each of you to get through the long rest. A 1 from Blitz to lead off. We're going to need a d8 to see how that goes.
Oops, not 100.
Nope, just a d8 this time. A 5. Oh, you've eliminated that particular issue, so that goes on uninterrupted. Good to go. I need the other 3 d6s. A 2 is good. A 2 is good. Who am I missing? Andry. I think I'm missing 1 from you.
Oh, I gotta do another one?
Yep, another 1.
Another, not a 1.
Oh, there's another
and
1.
there it is.
Go ahead with the d8. Let's see what we got. 2 already eliminated. You cleared out most of the floor and you've avoided your troubles. You may take the benefits of a long rest. And we're actually going to wrap a little early this particular evening because along with the benefits of the long rest, the party may deploy the additional skills from a level up. Congratulations.
Ooh.
Please level up and enjoy the benefits of your long rest.
Woohoo! All right.
We will let Tann know what we've got going on there. And yeah, level up, well earned. You have identified some of the many traps available to you, and gained access to other areas. When we come back next week, we'll find out whether there'll be a little more exploring of the nooks and crannies of level 1 and level 2, or if they'll be diving down to level 3, or possibly asking for access to the Tower of Mitra, if they feel the need is grand enough. Any questions, comments, concerns for this evening? Otherwise, we'll wrap up a little bit early and come back in with the full cast and a new level.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Galaxian, thanks for hanging out, and Tux as well, and everybody else who's been out there, new users. We've been 20 Sass to every story. If you're interested in what we're doing and like the games we play, feel free to swing by the Discord and come on down and hang out. That's where we recruit for our games, both long format and our community campaigns. This weekend, I get to try and melt some level 1 through 4 characters with some Black Dragon, and so we'll have some fun with that one coming up. We got other campaigns and community versions going as well, and we'll see how all that turns out. Thanks, everybody, and Alex or anybody out there who has the raiding capabilities, please feel free to throw a raid around. Thank you all for your time. Cool.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks,
Yeah,
chat.
absolutely. Bum.